The mysterious girl, Linda, was in the middle of the exam bell when the girl broke several pencils. The teacher got close enough to check and realized that the paper was densely packed with numbers. The time for handing in the paper is come and gone, but she writes even more furiously until the paper is forcibly collected. After class, the girl disappeared. The whole school searched in vain, and finally found her in the girls' restroom. She was using her fingers to carve numbers on the wall, her fingertips seeping blood still do not stop, her mouth repeatedly chanting something. Teachers thought she was mentally disturbed and contacted her parents and sent her to a mental hospital. 50 years later, the time capsule was opened for the school's anniversary, and the test papers from that year were distributed to the new students. When the hearing-impaired boy gets the paper with the numbers written all over it, he suddenly hears a whisper in his ear and looks up to see a man in black in the distance, who disappears in a flash. The boy brings the paper to his father, Jack, a professor of astrophysics. Jack is unimpressed at first, until Weinstein stain the date format. He disassembles the numbers on the blackboard and realizes that 911012996 corresponds to the 2,996 victims of September 11th. Following this pattern, he compared all the numbers to the historical disaster, and the date and number of deaths were identical. Even more amazingly, the remaining numbers pointed to 3 future disasters. When he warned that 81 people would die the next day, no one believed him. It wasn't until he was picking up his son from school that he realized the latitude and longitude of the location of the traffic jam matched the numbers. Before he knows it, the plane crashes and explodes, killing exactly 81 people. Jack rushes into the girl's old house from back in the day, the walls filled with reports of disasters over the course of 50 years. He finds the last string of numbers on the removed door panel of the girl's restroom, pointing to the coordinates of the solar superflare eruption. At this point, the men in black appear, an alien civilization observing the universe, having foreseen the end long ago and selected the 2 children to board a spaceship to continue the human flame. When the flare engulfs the earth, Jack looks at the spaceship in the sky and finally understands the madness of that girl 50 years ago. She was not cursed, but given the mission to record the end. Those numbers with blood in them were never a prophecy, but an epitaph written long ago.